Men get triggered when women talk about decentering men, because that means to some people that registers as, oh, you're telling women to hate men by decentering men. No. Decentering men is basically not letting men be your oxygen tank, which is what most women do. Because I have hot panties and my panties are like a hot pocket, I will just be with him because the you know what is good. Pick-me-shas have that mindset. Decenter men by having a lot going on. Women were gonna go to law school, but they stopped because they had a boyfriend, or they're gonna go to culinary school or whatever, and they just put a stop on their dreams because they ended up centering that man who sooner or later proved that he wasn't worth losing out on your desires in life. Hello guys, welcome to Your Level Up Guru. If you are not subscribed to my channel, what are you doing? You already know what to do. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and let's go ahead and dive into this topic. So today we are going to talk about the topic of decentering men. Again, this is more of an opinionated video. This is my opinion on what decentering men means. Every woman has a different definition of what it means to decenter men. This is personally what I think it means to decenter men and what has been working for me. So let's go ahead and get started. Decenter does not mean you hate men, okay? But a lot of men get triggered when women talk about decentering men, because that means to some people that registers as, oh, you're telling women to hate men by decentering men. No. Decentering men is basically not letting men be your oxygen tank, which is what most women do. When you decenter men, it's like, yes, men are needed, like men are important. You may want to get married, you may want to have a relationship, you may want to be with someone, but decentering men means that, just that. They are not the center of your life. They are not the center of your decisions. They are not the center of why you do what you do. You do not idolize them. You know that they are necessary. You know that they are beneficial, but they are not your idol. They are not the center of your life. A pick-me-sha wouldn't understand this concept, because everything that a pick-me-sha does is for her to get validated by men. She doesn't do anything for herself. But a woman who's truly grounded understands that decentering men doesn't mean you hate men. It just means that you don't need a man to be your oxygen tank. Number 2 on how to decenter men. Stop idolizing them and start qualifying them. Do they support your well-being? So women who center men and don't live a life of having men decentered, those type of women I feel like have the a man is better than no man mindset. Meaning they're not picking a man based on if they're actually going to make their lives better and if they're a good fit and if they're going to be in love with each other. They pick men based on, I don't want to be alone, I'm lonely, I want to have somebody to show up to weddings with, I don't even know if I could say that word on YouTube, but I am HORNY and I have needs and I really need it. And this guy may not be the ideal guy for me, but because I have hot panties and my panties are like a hot pocket, I will just be with him because the you know what is good. Pick-me-shas have that mindset. You know, pick-me-shas don't even view that beautiful experience, SEX. I don't know if I could say that on here on YouTube, but women who are pick-me-shas and women who center men don't even see intercourse as something special. They actually use it to validate themselves. And they use it to prove themselves. But once a woman decenters a man or decenters men, you're really not even, you have needs, but they're not even like, they're not controlling you, you know, because you're so focused on your bag, you're so focused on your hobbies, you're focused on your spirituality, that those urges don't control you. But women who center men, those urges control them. I remember I had this friend I remember I had this friend years ago when I was in college, and she was extremely male-centered. And she was always in a rush to jump in bed with them because she felt like by doing that, that would ensure that he stayed. When it comes to the subject about centering or decentering men, I get a lot of messages where women are like, when do I sleep with him? When can I go and have intercourse with him? Honestly, it's really based on you and your personal experience. This is, again, just my opinion. I feel like men are not wired like women. And a lot of people say, oh, well, you're not qualified to talk on this. You're not. Well, I'm in the field of psych. And my hobby is studying human nature. My hobby is studying the differences between the sexes. I have an entire shelf of books of the difference between men and women. I study them so I can know them better, so that for my field of work, I can do a better job with coming to understand the opposite individual that I'm dealing with, whether it's male or female. I want to be able to understand them better. So that's why I read a lot of books on the differences between the sexes or the genders. A lot of women ask, well, when is the right time to sleep with a man? Men are not like women. They don't really judge based on how quick or how slow a woman sleeps with them. It depends on the man. Every man is different. A man can wait to sleep with you and then sleep with you and not like you that much, or not like you that much, or the spark or the chase dies down and they're just not interested anymore. I have a lot of women that say, oh my God, like I waited 3 months and I slept with him and he still left. Or I waited 6 months and I slept with him and he still left. And some women are like, I slept with him on the first date and we're engaged. There's no rule book for this, ladies. There's no. That's why when I see these relationship books, that stuff doesn't work. Don't waste your money on them because every individual is different. I think the best thing to do is understand the person that you are seeing and understanding what their values are, what they value, what they don't value, and then that'll help you determine. Women who center men use sex as a form of control, not understanding that a man will have sex with a sausage McMuffin. Okay, it means nothing to them. So if you are trying to use sex to control men, which is what women who center men do, they think sex is going to make him stay. It's not going to, because men don't view sex the way women do. Men will have sex with a woman and not even remember her name the next morning. How often has a woman had sex with a man and not remembered his name? Unless she's like on drugs or something. Very rarely, right? Because women they bond differently. So anyways, to decenter men, you have to stop idolizing them and start qualifying them. Do they support your well-being? And that's a question that you should be focused on prior to getting into intercourse. These are questions that I feel like women start asking after they already sleep with someone. Then they start asking the important questions, right? So when you decenter men and a man wants to be a part of your life, when you decenter men and a man wants to be a part of your life and you're dating, you're always thinking to yourself, is this person going to make my life better? Or are they going to come in and bring me stress and distract me? Certain men will have you like a shriveled up prune looking 10 years older than your actual age because they have brought stress, cheating, side chicks, baby mamas, children, and all that nonsense into your life. And that's why you are stressed. You are looking 10 years older than your age. You are either losing weight or gaining weight. And does this person really need to be around? So when you are decentering men, the way I see it, I already have a system for my life. I have certain things that need my attention. My job, my family, my YouTube, my brand, my TikTok, my services that I provide on my website, my books, my own spiritual life with God. I have so many things that require my attention. I am not interested in having someone come in and bring problems and baggage to me that is going to distract me from what I need to be focused on. But if the person is coming in to add and put a smile on my face and bring happiness and support and overall good energy, then yes, you are 100% welcomed. But women who center men, even if the man is toxic and a cheater and just an overall dog, they will still deal with it because that's better than being alone. Women who center men. I know women who pay all the bills and their man's at home watching reality TV, Jersey Shore, while she's working doubles. The women who center men don't mind financially taking care of one while he gets to hang out and drive her car to visit all the side chicks that I'm sure he's involved with. So, decenter men. Point number 4, or point number 3, fall in love with life and get some hobbies. So many women are like, I'm getting bored, I don't know what to do, my life doesn't have any excitement, every day feels like the day before. If every day of your life feels like the day before, you need some hobbies. Don't be afraid to try new things, okay? Like, let's say you always wanted to do Pilates. Don't feel like, oh, well, I've never been there, or I'm not as flexible, or I haven't done a workout in a while, I don't want to try it. Go to the Pilates class. Yeah. If it's painting, if it's bike riding, if it's exhibit, you want to visit museums, you love art, if it's going through live comedy shows, or you like live musicals or ballet, get hobbies, ladies. If it's book reading, if it's candle making, get some hobbies in your under your belt, and that will help you a lot with decentering men because your schedule is packed, right? Your schedule is so packed. So you decenter men by having a lot going on. Point number 4, center spirituality and life will become beautiful. Sometimes I get messages from women who are like, I'm depressed, or I'm in a relationship that I'm not sure if I'm happy with, or, I have so much going on. I don't feel fulfilled. Like every time I get up, I don't feel like this is the life that I would pick for myself. I have a lot of women who tell me I feel like I'm living a nightmare every day. And I tell them, well, where's your spirituality at? Spirituality plays a very, very important role in our lives. And if you are lacking in the spiritual department and you have no spiritual practices, you will start to feel like a shriveled up prune. You will feel depleted. You will feel like you don't have a solid foundation. Ooh, excuse me. Which reminds me of that song. Well, I'm a Christian, so this is just what I listen to sometimes. That song that says, Christ is my firm foundation, the rock on which I stand. A lot of you guys feel imbalanced and unhappy because you don't have a solid foundation. You don't have a rock that you stand on. So I encourage you ladies who are in the habit or trying to decenter men to have some sort of spiritual practice or some sort of spiritual connection that you can involve yourself with. And spirituality takes work. Connecting with God takes work and time and effort and consistency. So if you want to decenter men, center spirituality, it's definitely super fulfilling. The next thing is when you decenter men, men cannot manipulate you. A lot of men will get turned off when a woman is busy and has a life of her own. You'll notice that in the dating world, Some men will become agitated when you say, no, I can't go to dinner today. I have my painting class. No, I can't go to a movie today. I'm doing yoga today at 10. They want your schedule to revolve around them. It's very difficult to manipulate a woman who... It's very difficult to manipulate a woman where you're not the center of their lives. A lot of women that I watch get manipulated by men are women who make said man their god. And they idolize that man, and that man is the center of their existence. Those women are super easy to manipulate. And that's what a lot of men want. I mean, it's the male ego. They want to be the center of your life. They want you to idolize them. They want to be your god. Because if they're not the center, your god, and idolized by you, then how can they control you? It's difficult when they tell you to jump and you don't say how high. Now, I am in no way preaching that women should be rebellious, men haters, feminists. Anybody who watches my channel, you know I'm not a feminist at all. I'm all about feminine energy and meeting a great person and being in something that's healthy. I am not a feminist. However, because of the field of work that I work in, I believe in self-preservation. And decentering men is a part of self-preservation. I'm not going to cancel my Pilates class because you want my immediate attention that day. Because then I would be putting you as the center and not myself as the center. When you start to switch up your schedule and you start to switch up your activities and you start to switch up your boundaries to get the acceptance of a man, he is now your God. And that's a very scary place to be in. I'd like to take, I don't know if you guys have ever watched this show, Gossip Girl. I'd like to take Blair Waldorf as an example. Blair Waldorf is the perfect representation of a woman who does not center men. Blair had Chuck. She loved Chuck. Chuck was her dream guy, and she was his dream girl. However, Blair was a philanthropist. Blair was obsessed with her schoolwork. Blair was obsessed with winning. Blair was obsessed with furthering her businesses. Blair was obsessed with being the best version of herself. So she never let Chuck take the driver's seat because she already had her own ambitions, dreams, and accomplishments that she wanted to do. Regardless of the fact, her and Chuck still got married. But he actually loved the fact that she had dreams, goals, visions, and aspirations for herself. He loved the fact that he was not her center. And a man who's not a narcissist and who's not a narcissistic sociopathic abuser will want a woman who has other things at the center of her life. And he will support those things. And he will support those dreams. The minute a man wants you to make him the center of your life, 9 times out of 10, he's an abuser. And he wants you to make him your God. And sooner or later, he's going to start isolating you from your family and friends. Okay, sooner or later, he's going to start isolating you from your parents, from your friends, from your family. He knows you love yoga. He's going to start telling you, well, why do you got to keep going to yoga? Why you don't stay home with me? The control is going to start. So decentering men is also a part of protecting yourself because you come first. Your happiness, your relationship with God. That's the center of your life, not him. He's just a part of it. And that is what's going to keep it healthy. Okay? And the next thing is you get to enjoy your life experiences when men are decentered. I meet so many women whose lives and aspirations have went down the drain because they started centering a man, which is very dangerous. A lot of women were going to go to law school, but they stopped because they had a boyfriend, or they were going to go to culinary school or whatever, and they just put a stop on their dreams because they ended up centering that man who sooner or later proved that he wasn't worth losing out on your desires in life. Okay, so remember, you guys, this is not a video on how to hate men and hating men and men are not important. I'm not one of those women. Love is beautiful. Men are important. And I love the masculine energy. And I love men in general. They're amazing. They're great. I would never say hate men or no. Men are very important. And men built the houses that we live in. They build they have built the roads that we drive on. Men are extremely crucial in society. They build, and they're very important. However, you cannot make them the center of your life, because that is when things become unhealthy. Okay, so I hope you guys loved this video. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Go to my website, yourlevelupguru.net. Okay, and also do not forget to book your girl chats. I also take donations on my website if you want to support me. And also do not forget to follow me on my socials. All of my handles are below. Bye, guys.